Welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, the ever-present and loving Dr. Yukon Suckit. Yes, that is my real name. So, if you happen to like this video, I'd appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up and potentially even subscribe to this channel. It really helps us out a lot. Tonight, we are going to be looking at a deck that is referred to as Izzet Mill. Now, I know I've played against it a number of times, and I was actually surprised to find out that I have actually never played this deck myself. So tonight we're going to do that. We are going to play an Izzet Mill deck. Let's take a look at what makes it up. So just to let you know, start off with, Izzet stands for blue and red, and Mill means that you are going to make the other person's graveyard or other person's library go to the graveyard as quickly as possible, hopefully forcing them to run out of cards and therefore losing the game. We're not worried about doing damage. We're just worried about them losing out on cards. So they run out. Let's see what we got going on. We got Fading Hope, which returns creatures to their owner's hands and potentially allows you to scry. It's a nice bounce card for one. We got Spikefield Hazard, which deals 1 damage to any target. And if that target would die this turn, you exile it instead. It's a weak effect, but the big thing is it's got mana. So you could potentially use it for a mana spell, which is most likely what you're going to do. We've got Maddening Cacophony. So this is one of those mill cards. It costs 2, and each opponent mills 8 cards. If the spell was kicked, instead each opponent mills half of their library rounded up. Half! But kicking it would cost you 6. And 6 isn't bad, especially if you're getting rid of half of their library. So it looks like we are going to look like we're trying to ramp, because if we can try to get that 6, that would be awesome. We got Smoldering Egg, which is a 0/4 blocker. It's a defender at that. But whenever you cast instants or sorceries, you put a number of counters on it. And then once you have 7 or more Ember counters on it, you remove them and transform it into a 4/4 dragon. And then whenever you cast an instant or sorcery with that dragon around, you deal 2 damage to any target. So you are still dealing some damage. You could potentially, in this case, you probably want to deal with 2 creatures if you can help it. Trying to keep those from killing you because you're not really focused on killing your opponent. Dual Strike. Whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery with mana value 4 or less this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, so at this point, that means that we could potentially cast Maddening Cacophony twice, doing 16 cards. I doubt you get to use it for the kicker cost. So yeah, that's what you do there. And we got some other cards. We'll see them later on. We've got Expressive Iteration, which allows you to take a look at the top 3 cards of your library. You put 1 into your hand, 1 on the bottom of your library, and the other one into exile, which you can play that turn. Galvanic Iteration is when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets, so it's like Dual Strike. So if there's no limit on how expensive the spell that you are copying can be. We got Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So this is another super mill one. What happens is each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until the player has exiled cards with total mana value of 20 or more. So you got half your library right there. You got 20 or more mana cost right here. And then, of course, you can double them up with Dual Strike and Galvanic Iteration. We got Crush the Weak, which deals 2 damage to each creature. And if any creature would die this way, then exile it instead. It's a lot like Spikefield Hazard that way, except for it's a little bit more powerful and does it to all the creatures, not just one creature. Prismari Command. You choose 2 of the following effects, which are either deal 2 damage to any target, target player draws 2 cards, then discards 2 cards, and target player creates a treasure token or destroy target artifact. There you go. We got Behold the Multiverse, which is you scry 2 and then you draw 2 cards. So it allows you to sort of rip through your library a little bit, trying to get to the cards you really want. Unexpected Windfall, where you discard a card and then you draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. That's a little bit of ramp action there. Burn Down the House. This is your control, because you could deal 5 points of damage to each creature and each planeswalker. Or you can create 3 1/1 Red Devil creature tokens, and when this creature dies, it deals 3 damage to any target, and they gain haste. So most likely you can use this for the 5 points of damage to each creature and each planeswalker. And we got Invoke Calamity, where you may cast up to 2 instant or sorcery spells with total mana value of 6 or less from your graveyard without paying, or your hand, without paying their mana costs. So let's see, it costs you 5, but at this point you can potentially go through your graveyard and repay things. Like you can do a Hideous Laughter and a Maddening Cacophony, and at the same time with this, if you really wanted to. See, if those spells we put into your graveyard, you exile them instead. Exile Invoke Calamity. So it's basically we're trying to use these 2 cards. We're trying to multiply them using Dual Strike and Galvanic Iteration, and then potentially pull them back again using Invoke Calamity. And then hopefully between all that, you'll be able to kill them. You'll be able to get rid of their graveyard before they have the ability to kill you. We've got Hall of the Storm Giants. We got 2 of those. We got a little bit of the Kamigawa land for bouncing some stuff, just 1, and some duels and a few regular lands, and that's the deck. So let's see if number 1, if I can play it and get it working okay, and if not, we'll try to find out what we think is wrong about it. All right, we're playing against, what is this, Damn Link 2007? Or Demon Link, that could be it too. All right, we've got 3 lands, iterations. Looks like we're just going searching for stuff is what we're planning on doing. Storm Giant. Two. I'm gonna skip it because I want to be able to potentially put out a land if we get it with Expressive Iteration. Interesting. Alright, start off with the iteration. And there's our land right there. So we want this guy. You go back to the... And we'll put that into exile. Pop it out. And we're done. I'll use this for land. What do I need here? I don't have anything good to play. As far as the mill's affected here. I don't really have to, it looks like he's just looking for some creatures to kill. So let's go ahead and pop another one of these things. One, put you back and pull you out. Put you down. Blue. Sure, let's put one of these out so they can kill it. There we go. What do I really care about here? I'll get rid of Fading Hope. This guy's trying to play control. Well, that was kind of dumb. I just get so excited about being able to play cards, I let it go. In turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can I do here? I need to draw 2 cards. There we go. What am I going to get rid of here? Smoldering Egg is not going to do me any good. And I doubt he's doing anything with Crush the Weak, so we will be... What does he got up there? No, Hive Eye Tyrant. 1. I kind of want a Smoldering Egg now. 2. Gotta put out a little bit of some blocker because of that Eye Tyrant. Yeah, I'm thinking, can I bounce the Eye Tyrant? But I mean, whatever, that's just going to give me a couple of turns. That's nothing. He wants some mana, though. Yeah, whatever. That's a lot of mana for no particular reason. Decline, who cares at this point? I'm not in a hurry at this moment, so let's just wait. Let it go. I guess I could. Can I do this on instant? Yeah, I'll wait till the end of my turn. Or his turn, I should say. See you later, Lance. It was so nice knowing you. Oh, that's right. Gosh dang, I was being stupid. I'm being stupid again. Alright, let's just do this. Okay, we'll grab these next two. Now he knows what we're doing. Can I do it again? Sure, why not? What's he down to now? 30. Man, that was not great. Now he's going to come at me. If he doesn't, he needs a blocker is what he's worried about. Okay. Let's go for it. No, I want that. Let's do this. Submit. Was that 15 cards? Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's not good. Alright, let's go for it. We're going to go for the attack. Got nothing better to do at this point. And in we go. And send in your Eye Tyrant. I got nothing to block. Interesting move, not move at that point. So I can't do anything, so this is my only move at this point. There we go. Seven cards left. Yeah, I needed some of those duplicators is what I needed. You remember my crying hat. Oh! Unexpected defeat. Alright, we're playing against Tat. Got plenty of lands. Let's give this a try. Let's go, Joe. Nothing I can do on the first turn, might as well hide it. Wasn't paying attention. Storm Giant would have been a better card that last turn. Alright, so next turn I'm planning on killing myself a painter and grabbing a couple new cards. Looks like I don't have to kill myself a painter anymore. So what are we going to drop here? I guess a couple of lands. Let's see what we end up pulling. Ooh, those are all good. All good. But I need the lands more than anything else at this point. So, go. 1 and 2. Well, that was amazing. I planned on dropping lands and now exactly the opposite. Alright, let's stop thinking and start doing more. I'm not really in a super hurry. I might as well wait till I get a... Let's see, this is dragging me up, won't it? 31. That's a thinker. So yeah, I've never played this Rakdosl deck yet. I understand the deal is you're just popping out these little constructs all the time and sacrificing them. So you're dealing damage with the little dudes if you can, otherwise you just sacrifice it and ping things to death. Crush the weak. Should buy some time. So I can get him down to 15 cards on my next turn. But that's not quite good enough. There we go, that's a nice amount, except for now I'll have to get up to, what, 8 to make it work? What, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 in hand. And luckily they got really light creature attacks right now. Down to 9. He's dealing with 4 a turn. I'm doing okay. Okay, down to 8. He's got 6 showing. Suddenly we're not doing quite as okay. Hideous laughter. That's blue up here. Okay. So now we could do twice as many, so let's just do that. And then we have the ability to still kill 8 after this. We'll see what he's got left. Oh, that's it. We just won. All done! Milling down to victory! And I played against Richard Hill. One of the scariest names I've ever heard. 3 mana. Okay, looking good. We'll keep it. Okay, I'm okay with taking a couple hits from that champion early. We'll bounce them probably before things get too far along. This is an instant, right? Okay, yep, we're good. Sure, we'll take another bounce. And we're good to go. Alright, so we're at 4, we need 5 for what we want to do. Let's go. Oh, I put the land down. Big dummy. What am I going to do? Let's do this one instead. Let's get rid of the Fading Hope. I think we'll be able to live okay without it. Okay, we're good. We got a lot of Galvanic Iterations at this point. Can I double, then double, then double? Let's see, what would I need for that? I would need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 6. I got 7 right there. Interesting. Alright, here's 7. Copy, let me choose new targets for the copy. I'm not sure if I can copy itself though and then target what I want to target. Let's just do what we're going to do. Alright, so we need to get ourselves some other mill cards here. That will do it. Yep, keep playing your zombie game. Oh, what happened to the other? Your graveyard, there we go. Select card to cast. This one. And this one. Well, whatever just happened, I'm not quite sure. Well, excellent. Good job, Ashmouth Dragon. Alright, so here is Izzet Mill. The question is that, was it a good deck? And the answer was, yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I gotta say, the one thing I think that would have been better in here was those rune crabs. Just because it's like you're trying to mill and you don't do anything for a long time in this deck. You're just sort of like building your land. You're sort of, you're putting out those dragon eggs, which don't really do anything other than just wait for you to cast instants and sorceries. And then they become dragons, which deal damage. That's just so against what you're actually trying to accomplish, which is to mill. And so it would feel better with those rune crabs to just mill a little, mill a little, mill a little, 3 at a time. And it's, it kind of is a warning. It lets people know what they need to watch out for, that they're getting milled, but it kind of makes you feel better because at least you're achieving something. And a lot of that goes a long way because they're only playing with generally 60 cards in their hands. You do it 3 times, you got like 9 cards out of the way. Plus their normal things they got going on, they'll be down to 40 in no time. And at that point, Tasha's Hideous Laughter is a ginormous hit. When you're doing 20 at a time, and then maybe you double up, so you're doing 40, that's pretty much the game. So I definitely think that the Rune Crab is a better fit for this. Obviously it's easy to swap them out. They're relatively cheap. They do a fairly good job at blocking, and they could easily replace the Smoldering Egg in this situation. But beyond that, the Dual Strike and the Galvanic Iteration, they're fine. They're great. You can pay for them. I kind of wanted to use them with the kickered version of the Maddening Cacophony, just so I can get half of their deck, then times 2. Still, that'd only be like whatever, 3/4 of their deck or so. But that's pretty cool. And using it with Tasha's Hideous Laughter, that seemed by far like the best approach, just because you're getting 40 mana. It's not 40 cards, it's 40 mana worth of cards. So depending if they're playing a lot of high-end cards or just a lot of low-end cards, that depends on what you're going to get out of the deal there. Invoke Calamity was really good in this deck. I mean, because either you're going to use it to search your deck for more stuff, or you're going to use it to cast the mill cards. So, and when this deck wins, it just sort of wins. It just sort of does it. That's the thing about it, is you didn't really feel like you were playing. You were just out there like a virus, just taking all this damage from other people. And your ability to control is definitely in Burn Down the House. But looking at this, there's only 1 in here, so that you're not really expecting to do that. So your real control, I guess, is Crush the Weak, where you're hoping you can take out things with 2 damage, and Fading Hope, but just bouncing things back. I think we're lucky with the decks that we did play against. Like, number 1, I think this would do fairly well against most control. The only one you got to watch out for is blue with those counter spells. But what can black and white do? Like, nothing. It just has to sit there and take it because they can't counter spells. Red and green can't do anything about it either. So they're completely at the mercy. The only thing they can do is just ramp up as quickly as possible and come and get you. This is really a control killer. The only thing you got to worry about is blue decks with counter spells. Those are the guys that are going to get in your face. So I think as far as a mill deck is concerned, this was really good. Obviously, like I said, you could easily do a little bit better, and I think it would help out the whole mill thing. I mean, that last time, the Smoldering Egg and that dragon, the Ashmouth dragon, I've never had one do this well. Usually, if you manage to sneak out an Ashmouth, you might get 2 points of damage before your opponent decides, yeah, that thing needs to die. So usually it's just an easy kill. It's out of there, and this thing doesn't do much other than absorb a few hits. And that's good. It costs 2 mana, and you take 2 or 3 cards out that way. Great, you've got some card advantage there. But it's never worked as well as it did in that last game we just saw, to me. So I'd say this is a good game, a good deck. I wouldn't say it's necessarily super competitive. I bet like more aggressive decks are pretty much just going to run right over you, and they'll just kill whatever you put in the way, and then you'd never be able to get to your stuff fast enough. So I don't think this is going to hold up against aggro. I think it's mostly going to be a control killer. I'm going to rate this deck, as it is right here, I'm going to give it I'm going to say an A-. I was going to say a B+, just because I just don't think it's that powerful. But I'm going to say an A- because it plays its own game. It plays it well. And you have a fairly decent shot of actually winning. And there's not much the other person can do about it. I mean, the biggest thing they can do is just have a lot of cards in their deck. I mean, anybody that's actually doing a lot of card draw is just dooming themselves against you. So, yeah, I mean, it's fairly decent at playing its own game. A-. There you go, Izzet Mill. Have a good one. So I hope you guys like this deck as well as I did. And I think you will if you try it out. So have a good time. That's it for now. If you like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. See you next time. Later.